Hey guys, welcome back. So, we're on map number 3 now. It's going to be Inferno with LDLC.White and Flipside. Who is going to win? It's going to be me.
Well, this is a map where I'm expecting more from LDLC. So, fingers crossed, Dan. Fingers crossed everything goes well. I'm not saying they're going to win, I just want to see a competitive match. And obviously, Inferno having longer history than Cobblestone in CSGO, I'm expecting them to be more prepared, well drilled. It was the most popular map for a long time. I'm not sure if it still is.
LDLC won the knife.
Oh, surprise.
They win every knife. And they learn from their mistakes. They've picked CT. So Flipside are going to be pistoling on the T side, and we're already going to see a Tech 9 on Markelov. He actually got a smoke with that as well. Full nades for Blade, and the rest of them are getting Kevlar. So they got a lot of utility here, actually.
On
wow, look at Twanu. Look at them, they're just going in.
This is crazy. They've got the first frag. How many more can they get? The bomb is down. bondik getting a kill onto matHEND. Twanu finding a revenge for his team. He's against 2. He's got the wall to try and help him. He's got teammates. The cavalry's on the way, but it's Flipside bringing the frags back. Devil finds himself on 10 HP, but Weather it's on 4. And Simple's going to finish the remaining 2 off. So, Flipside to take the pistol. LDLC just going crazy right now.
Yeah, they wanted to take the fight to Flipside, and to be honest, actually, I kind of like that. Play down middle because often the Ts, unless they're going to go banana, probably aren't going to be too heavy on the mid because they're afraid of the long range picking unless they've smoked off CTs. So in that sense, they actually get long range angles and surprise angles towards second mid. So I actually kind of like that quite a lot, but obviously didn't go so well for them. And we have 4 SMGs apart from Simple, who's on the AK for Flipside. So they're going to be able to build up a lot of bank. LDLC have forced it up as well. It's just Twanu who's saving really, and he only has a 5-7. So
okay, so a minute on the clock here for LDLC.White to try and get some frags. And I was going to say Flipside had no frags yet, but Simple has turned on the can opener once again. So far, so good here. Simple taking 1 down. Could be a second one, indeed it will be. What gun can he collect? AK, what are his chances, though, of saving it? He needs to take the right route, and he will not. Little bit of money for him. But hardly a stellar performance so far. Hey, they took the gamble. They lost the gamble. No big deal. Let's see what they do on their buy round. We're going to have the full eco coming out now. Maybe a pistol here or there. Some players with more money than others. But cannot go into this round expecting a hell of a lot. Going to be a standard setup here from LDLC.White. 3 towards A, 2 towards B. Fuks blocking bullets with his chest. Going to be left with 3 HP at the beginning of this. So, what we're expecting to see here is Flipside slowly but surely clear things up. A bit of arrogance there from Simple though. Going to just jump into pad to Apps on his own. He will fall. But how many more can LDLC get?
So the interesting thing is that LDLC aren't going to have much money to actually get full nades. They won't have full nades on the next round. Unless they can pick up some more kills here with the SMGs, bodyy might be able to get some grenades with that extra kill bonus, but Twanu is in a nice little position. Markelov, though, he can cover this quite well, but not quickly enough. bondik will go down, actually. And the remaining LDLC players are quite weak, so this should be fine here for Flipside. And bodyy, well, he's really low, actually. There's no real point to save this. I mean, well, actually, you could make an argument for him to save it so that he can drop it and buy a weapon. You know, maybe if someone plays with MP7, it's a pretty decent. There's lots of positions that are viable to use that weapon from. So could have cut some edges with it, cut some corners with it to have extra grenades. But we're going to see just quite how much money they have now. We know how important grenades are on this map. They're super crucial for the CTs.
Tell me about grenades, Dan.
Well,
What grenades do they want?
Well, it's full smokes, and to be honest, if you can get full incendiaries, that's amazing as well. And they've managed to get full smokes. and they were able to get the kills with those SMGs and all that kind of stuff to actually have a full buy-up of nades, and they've cut the corner with not getting helmets as well, so full nades. That is perfect. They just have to, they've got to get this round. They can't really afford to lose more than a couple players here. They need to always have full nades. It's so important in Inferno. If you don't have full nades, it's very easy for the T's to play a slow round, bait out grenades, and then they have the advantage going whichever way they choose. But we've got a 3-man stack here on quad from LDLC, so they're already trying to mix things up.
Safety in numbers. And we saw an interesting boost from Rock yesterday on quad side of Inferno, where they're trying to shoot through a gap between the terrace roof and the pillar, which was quite interesting. Didn't manage to see them fire any shots, but want to practice at home. Again, regarding Dan's mention of incendiary grenades, versus Pro would be a good team to see such things. So WorldEdit holding the pop flash for his team to push up mid. It's going to be first frag going to Devil though. The gimmick has been found. Twanu gets taken out as well, and so will the third player. So the 3-man stack has only garnered 1 kill here for LDLC.White. That's a free A bomb site, and the remaining players will already be forced onto the eco. So one thing actually regarding matchmaking, Dan, for the people playing at home on pugs and so on, is that this map requires more coordination on the T side than people think, because they like to play it. But when you're up against good people, you saw WorldEdit flashing for his team there. You need to flash your teammates around corners and so on. I played it recently with some people, and we were just running around playing for picks, and I just got massively pissed off and mained all game.
I never play Inferno when I'm not playing with people that I know, and I played with quite a bit before, because it's just there's so much to it. Even on the CT side, there's a lot to it, like knowing different setups, defensive setups, what works, you should be throwing what nades. There's so much to that, and I just get frustrated as well if I play with randoms. I can't take it seriously. But yeah, we are going to see Flipsid clean out LDLC there. LDLC had a situation where they played really well, but they didn't get the nades in the right time, and there's a couple things that we can mention about that round. But first of all, of course, let's see how this plays out, because we do have Flipsid pushing up Banana at the moment. So we might get some contact early on from Flipsid as they try to take the pick, and there's not many grenades for LDLC to actually slow them down here. Fuks, does he have one? He does actually have a smoke, so he's not actually going to spot them in time to get the nades there, and it's going to be just a quick pick on the spray of Blade. So Flipsid have the B-bomb site, and what the hell are LDLC going to do about this?
Yeah, this is not a good situation for them. Tagged through the wall is matHEND, finished off with the Glock. WorldEdit will go back to the off as well. So Devil not in a position to do anything. And I was going to say, like if you saw Envy in that situation, well, you saw LDLC.White. They put 4 people A, 1 person B, and he just got ripped in half. There was no smokes or anything. I think but they had the force. But I think in that situation, you might see from Envy, NBK playing close to the wall, happy throwing in a pop flash for him, so we can try and make use of that flash, get as many kills as possible, give his team an early advantage, maybe smoke off the site if they have the money to do so. But I don't know how adequate an approach that was by LDLC.White. Again, they went for a gamble, didn't work out for them, so you have to bear that in mind. However, I feel like if they try to take the initiative, give themselves a man advantage by doing something like a pop flash on B. It's easy for me to say since they all went there, but I think that would have been a superior solution.
It's very likely we're going to see Twanu actually go for aggressive plays somewhere. He does tend to like to do that, and he's pretty effective at it as well. So Twanu, he did go for the mid peak, and we got some aggression here from LDLC on Banana, but they're going to get deflected fairly easily. Blade picks up both kills, all for naught, and Fuks was so deep there, and there's not much in the way of support, not much in the way of trades, and Flipsid are demolishing them. They're going to carry this straight through onto the bomb site. The rotations have arrived, but Devil needs to come out huge. He's not going to get much from it. Only a quick couple of frags, and it's going to be just Twanu left with the AWP, and he's smoked off. They've got loads of nades to work with still.
This is looking pretty painful for LDLC.White at the moment, but the good thing is that they will have lots to learn from in these situations. Again, you saw that Banana push from them towards the car area. They got the initial flashes in, but they didn't manage to really convert that many frags. And the frags they did get cost them a lot of people on their own team, and that is definitely to the T's advantage. And funny enough, on the previous buy round, they had 3 quad. This time they had 3 towards the B side, and then the 4th player got there in time to mount some kind of offense, though. But here you can see only 20 remains versus 3, so it didn't really work out for LDLC.White. Flipside finding themselves at a 6-0 advantage. Round off bonus building for LDLC.White here.
One of the problems they had on the very first buy round, when they had all the smokes to play with, they actually had a cool situation where they managed to have, I think, 4 smokes left at 55 seconds. That's actually insane. It's very rare that a team will actually have that many smokes left on this map at that time. And so that could have been turned into a very big defensive advantage, but they didn't really use it well, and they kept pressuring on angles and exposing themselves and not playing further back and trying to use flashes in certain timings to either delay or get information plays going. So they had some issues when Flipside slowly built their way in from apartments and in from middle in towards A on that triple man stack on quad.
You can see matHEND was holding the flash to throw the pot for his teammate. They've got 3 people on the B bomb site. Normally, well, maybe not normally, but for some other teams, after a certain timing, which is already beyond now, they would have rotated the 3rd player back towards A. Oh, and he's blocked the smoke. Fortunately, it's not going to matter, but unbeknownst to them, they have to be a bit wary now because there could be anybody in Banana. But all the Flipside guys are over towards the A bomb site, and the push looks imminent here.
Yeah, this is all about strong positional play and getting those team play setups with the grenades. Twanu, if he can hit these AWP shots, that will help massively as well, but he's actually going to miss a couple and the smokes go down. So 34 seconds left, and again, this is why these smokes can be really annoying. WorldEdit trying to get the smoke off for library. There it is. That's going to allow them to go through arch if they really want to. That's going to allow them to also just get close to the small pit position.
Look how it's forced the rotation from the CT. They think it could be a wrap towards the B bomb site, and that's sent Fuks all the way into construction on B, but there's 9 seconds left for them to get the bomb plant here, and they do not have control of the pit area. 5 seconds remaining now, and Devil comes out, but he's going to get punished by Blade. Bomb going down just in time. It's going to force bodyy and Fuks to rotate from the B bomb site. Flipside are going to have their post-plant positions. You can see the crossfire they've got here, but bodyy gets the first frag onto Blade.
WorldEdit going to get the shot though on the defense, and they know where he is, but do they know about Simple? Well, it's not even required. WorldEdit will shut it down, and a couple really key frags there from Blade, so excellent play from him. But so far, LDLC are getting kind of crushed on their CT sides, and it's not very encouraging when you're watching it, because it's the way that Flipside are systematically gaining control in towards the bomb site. Slowly but surely it happens. And Flipside in that round, the late smokes did help LDLC.White out, but Flipside still found ways to circumvent it. And we're going to get a pop flash over from matHEND here potentially for a bit of a peek for Twanu. And Twanu's going to go in. No one is going to be spotted. Slow around in Flipside. Now, can LDLC.White get any information at all? There's not much to be had at the moment, as it is still early days. And this is something that LDLC.White need to understand, is the kind of pace Flipside want to play. And so far, their pace is very slow in this round. And that's really cool to see Flipside now suddenly slowing it down completely.
Well, they need to, because LDLC.White have had very different CT setups on a number of rounds. 3 people quad, 3 people B, 4 people B almost. And they need to discern how they are playing the map at the moment. You can see matHEND is playing on Speedway. Well, he did that yesterday as well, didn't he?
And that's actually forced a rotation out. The player who was floating towards A is now left 2 players on A. He was never on arch side, ever. And this is hugely problematic now, because it's a free arch take, completely free arch take for Flipside. They're wrapping around. Simple is just getting kill after kill, and things are looking terrible for them. Simple will actually go down. But WorldEdit is over towards... actually, is that WorldEdit? It is bondik, actually, who's towards CT spawn, so there's no way that they can even push in here.
That was a very nice angle indeed from Simple, looking from inside boiler onto the right side of the truck if you are facing it. I didn't even know that was an angle. Very similar to the angle, although I feel like I might have seen that once before recently, but forgot about it. Similar to the angle when you're on Mirage on the stairs into underpass, you can get the very tightest crack onto the balcony of B. Use it to great effect. The CT was constantly peaking, but he slowed down just the wrong time and Simple ripped his head off.
One thing I'd really like to see from LDLC is the aggressive banana play. I feel like that could actually be kind of a quick little cheat for them to essentially because they're having some problems basically in understanding how to position around Flipside in the middle of the round, later in the round. But if they take banana, it can be a little bit of a cheat, because once you've taken banana, if you know how to play that with the one man, you just leave there eventually, and if he knows how to play it correctly, they can have 4 guys towards A. It's a very simple way to actually approach the situation. They can mix that in. Loads of teams do it on the top level. It is very effective. But we are seeing LDLC. They haven't done aggressive banana play really once. The furthest they've really gone is car. They've never really gone down to logs.
Right, so the push is coming in pretty fast, but there's a crossfire on the B bomb site so far. So good trade coming in. Fuks going down to Simple. And they know the other plays first oranges. He falls as well. That's bodyy down. So bomb site is in control of Flipside. Flipside making this look all too easy. Bear in mind though, LDLC, an up-and-coming team. Even if things go wrong here, it would be a rich data to learn from. So how are they going to play this? Looks like they're going to play for the exits. They have all the exits covered already. But how can they hold? Tiny with a good position to get a one-tap with the 5-7. Teammate's going to go down. He won't find a trade. Simple aim too sharp today. WorldEdit holding an angle onto banana. And he's too far down to push to CT spawn. So matHEND may get himself a frag here. Although they may not need to even push further than they are now.
Wow, matHEND might not get anything here. That is awesome from Flipside. They're not pushing into unknown angles. Really, really smart by them. They don't lose any men. 9-0 now. They are steamrolling LDLC, and once again, it's partly due to the fact that they're so easily able to take any map control they want. They're easily able to take banana when they want. When they want to take arch side, they can get it. When they want to take quad, they can get it. When they want apartments, they get it. And usually the trades for them are amazing. And so LDLC, what would be suggested here is that they're having some issues with positioning and anticipation. And, well, at the moment...
They're deciding what boost they want to go for. I think they were considering going for the balcony railing kind of boost.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the 3-man setup on quad again. This is really good if the team decides to basically isolate arch with smokes and just go for that wrap from balcony and quad. And it's very strong to defend that. Twani already opening things up. Or they can team play well together, but here comes the wrap from arch side. Now this is where it gets dangerous. Blade takes down Twani with the shots in the back. 4-on-3 now in favor of LDLC, but that is swiftly going to go to a 3-on-2 now. bondik and WorldEdit remain. Now what can they get? Well, nothing. They're nothing. So first round on the board.
Simple is winning so many duels. He's just going for the 1v1s and winning most of them, almost all of them, which is pretty damn strong. 12-6 at the moment, leading the charge for the T side here. With the AK, again, we did say he's one of the most dangerous riflers of the top-tier AWPers in the game at the moment. And he's showing that today. So double AWPs, in fact, coming out for LDLC.White now after their first round on the board.
The Krieg. Oh, yeah.
WorldEdit with the Krieg. Haven't seen that since NBK's shenanigans. Trying going to get the flick onto... I keep wanting to say Marek, but it's Markelov there, in case there's any confusion. So, good start, but there's a lot of time on the clock for them to hold.
Yeah, so at the moment they're just playing default, and that's great. That's great. They just need to hold on to this at the moment. They've got that man-up advantage. They don't have to do anything special. They don't have to go for any information plays. They've got 3 incendiaries left, but they've got no smokes remaining. So they need to start being very cautious on how deep they are, because without those smokes, the terrorists can very quickly get on top of you. So usually you'd see around about now that, yeah, indeed the CTs are all the way back, and that is what we're seeing. So LDLC playing it properly at the moment. They've got one man have Flipside on the top of banana. It's WorldEdit with the Krieg scoped in, and the smoke's going to go away. So now this is the danger zone, because there's no more smokes to stop the terrorists from arriving onto a bomb site, and it's execute time on B.
And look how far the rotation is going to be for the last 2 players on the A site. They're in the pit. They're on the opposite side of the map. Can the players on the B site hold here? That is the question. Devil is flashed, and he is smoked, so that AWP is rendered useless for the moment. Nice boost. Synchronized frags here for the CTs. Stereo frags.
Damn.
Devil getting 2 as well. Bondik's head getting taken off through the chest of WorldEdit. So that hold was pretty sublime. So
after all those nades came in, we saw I think 4 or 5 grenades get thrown over at once, more or less. Loads of nades at once. Oh, that's a really old way to actually do that smoke. But yeah, all the nades thrown at once. It still took 5 to 6 seconds before they rotated it, or even started moving from A.
So they bring the smoke into the beginning of mid for the T's to try and shut things down here. Want to get him out of the game before anything happens. Where Simple is, before he pops his head out, actually, he shows on the radar just before you can actually see him. It's a little nerdy thing about the Vietnam area, but it's not going to matter for much now. Trades coming in 3 versus 3 as the CTs try and hold off to that early push. If all the Ts are headed towards the A site for now. And Twanu was halfway down Banana, just having a peek, but doesn't want to get it too leery. He'll head back towards the site, holding an angle with the AWP, so he can retreat if necessary.
Well, they actually invested in a smoke there, so that Blade could peek towards Banana, because they really, that just tells you they've got no idea, absolutely no idea what's going on with LDLC at the moment, and they could really be anywhere. But we can see that they're playing very, very passive, safe positions. They're not really moving around. WorldEdit gets the pick onto Fuks. That's excellent work now. Guaranteed 3-on-1 on the A-bomb site. There it is. Trade comes in from bondik, and it's now all down to Twanu, as he is going to be rotating in. A player in pit, a player on the site, and a smoke to block him off. Going to just flash through there, but it's a small gap to work with as he scans these angles, but the time is slowly diminishing for him to take this defuse. There's the first player. Good shot there from Twanu. No trade immediately, but finally Blade will make it happen with a couple peaks. And 10-2 and now LDLC. Well, I guess it won't matter all that much. They don't have any they're back to the default map.
Start again there. Deep breaths.
It won't matter too much that they're back to the default round.
What Dan is saying is that they won a round and lost a round, which ruined their economy. But it doesn't matter because they're getting wrecked anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you very much.
Some days.
Don't worry about it.
So they have only got the AWP on 20 at the moment. They've, instead of doing those quad stacks,
I really want to interrupt you,
arch stack.
but not for a troll. I was going to say they had 3 on B, but they rotated a lot faster than previous. Although that may also be because they've got complete control of Banana with one player down at the bottom. That is Fuks, and he's going to get a fast flank on flip side. But they are already on the A site. No one lost for either side. Well, WorldEdit is down now. But other than that, we've got a big battle on our hands in a few seconds there.
Yeah, that was a really nice push there from flip side. But they're down a man now, and this is crazy. We've got all 5 players trying to play for the retake from the CT side. bondik's going to take down bodyy, as they do make their way into quad now. So they're slowly getting positions, but they're losing men. Much more efficient here so far from flip side. 3-on-3 now, though. Oh, good shots coming in here. Twanu only putting it down to 2 players now for flip side. Blade and Markelov. Oh, they line up for Markelov. And that's it. 11-2. They got no money left. They got nothing.
Sometimes things just don't go your way.
Sometimes they really don't. But this is how it was going for them on the last map as well. They got completely destroyed. And they had the choice to start CT there, but chose not to. Actually, let's not talk about that.
It's in the past, Dan.
It's in the past.
We've got to move forward. We can't look back. It's like being on a mountain and your friend has died and he's frozen in the ice. You just got to keep going, Dan. It's too late for him now. So let's have a look at the positioning here from flip side. 2 people to contend with for Markelov in the app. Simple taking down Twanu to begin. And Devil baiting his teammate. But how many frags can he really find? None so far, and none it will be in the second last round here for LDLC.White. bodyy and Fuks remaining. Make that Fuks. Insert bodyy joke here. And we are looking at 12-2 for flip side. So a very solid Inferno after a very solid cobblestone. So what's going wrong for LDLC.White here?
They've got, I think generally speaking, so that their banana play, first of all, isn't super strong. They are deferring to the very passive play in the site, which is okay to mix in, but they're using it as their default, I think, too much. So then they're really able to challenge banana at all. When they play multiple players towards banana, they're doing it reactively instead of proactively, which is what you have to do. But hang on, we're going to see if they can pull this last round out. They got to buy, they got an aggressive push on apps, and already a first frag. matHEND taking down bondik. He's going to quickly get out of there, and Markelov will slowly push forward. So they're retreating with their advantage, but in the meantime, there's nobody on arch side again for LDLC. They've given it up many times, and Markelov's going to get a kill. They've got to worry about players on arch as well. This is looking dangerous now for LDLC. Ooh, nice play there from matHEND with the flank. And he's going to get the second one. WorldEdit going down as well. It's just Blade now against 4 players. And he's going to find the first one. That's a freebie as he can get the bomb down. Or, well, he's going to go for the fake there. But no one is biting. No one's biting the bait just yet. Blade's got quite a bit of time to play with as well. And there's 2 players on this angle. Surely he can't get both of them. That should never happen. And Fuks will win the round for his team.
Okay, so LDLC.White in a bad situation.
At least it's not going to be LDLC whitewash because they at least won a map.
Nice, Dan. I see what you did there. I respect it. But again, we've seen Infernos before where the T sides have wrecks on both sides. Will the same happen now? We're about to find out. It is a pistol round. LDLC went all in on their CT side and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah. We can definitely go into a bit more detail post-game, but ooh, fast push coming in from LDLC now towards apps. They've definitely taken a bit of control there, looking to get some engagements going all across the map. Devil's looking to find that frag on Banana. But Flipside are waiting patiently. They have taken very limited damage at the moment, so not too bad for Flipside.
Yeah, well, no frags for either team yet. Just waiting for the proceedings to begin. Now it's Flipside with 3 people over towards the B bomb site, which is where LDLC are creeping, like DDK in a club. I think, are they... I was going to say, it looked like he was faking running away, but then he's just running straight back again. So here comes a push. We've got trades coming in on the side. Markelov with the second one, using the smoke happy style. He will fall eventually. There's one more person to try and defend here, but the rotation's coming in. Blade making the save there. Now it's LDLC with a one-man disadvantage. Things have been evened up, but the bomb is sandwiched between 2 Flipside players. bondik in a nice position to get a free frag, but doesn't connect to the head. matHEND getting the information, but he cannot get away in time. So Flipside looking at another monster game, Dan.
Yeah, I got to say Blade's been playing really well on I mean, even though he's not top fragging, he's got quite a lot of frags, and he's got the least deaths as well. He's
not too far from top fragging, really.
Yeah, he's the most efficient player on Flipside at the moment, and yeah, he's been playing really well, and he is the in-game leader for his team also. So it's quite cool when you see Blade playing so awesomely. He's been getting great hits, great frags, great multi-kills. Gonna see the force buy coming in from LDLC.White.
They're doing it again with the P90, Dan.
Yeah, but they've got the apps push coming in, LDLC. They need to make this count. They've got to get something from this. The bomb is down on T-slope. How do they turn this into a round-winning situation?
Yeah, and the guy closest to the bomb having a quick peek onto B, seeing if options are still open to them. matHEND just trying to get some information there. Information has been found. Flash coming in from a teammate, but not going to flash either player. In fact, it's going to be bodyy who becomes flash, and there's going to be a free kill for WorldEdit. So this bomb is not going to get planted here for Twanu. He's got 50 seconds on the clock though, so he can still try and change his mind. But look at them, the Hounds of Justice are on their way. Only getting 2 kills, so now things getting a bit weird here. Markelov finishing him off with the Mag 7. And we're coming to the death throes of this game, possibly then.
Yeah, it does seem that way. LDLC.White, you know, when we look at the post-game analysis, I think we're absolutely going to be obviously talking about their CT side. But for now, they got the more or less full slave, got a Tech 9 and a P250. That is the investment. And is that it? Anything else? No, that's pretty much their investment in this round. Looking at getting some banana control here, but so far the running Tech 9 is not helping them out just yet. Got some good control now from Flipside, making sure that they get some shots off, get a kill, back away, and rinse and repeat. And that should be the end of bodyy. Soon he will die. Now he died.
He has fallen down. They will write about him in history books. Or maybe not. 15-3 LDLC in another position where they have to play against lots of match points. Last time they didn't manage to win one. We'll see if they can win at least one on this occasion. Devil is not moving in spawn. I'm wondering if he's experiencing some difficulties again. And maybe at this point LDLC.White just like, let's just play, man. It's 3:15, we're on the T side of Inferno. Got the first frag though. Well, Twanu's down as well, in fairness.
With a push from Flipside down banana though, it is going to be, I think it is Marek actually with the mag. Markelov. Yeah, there he is. He's got a teammate supporting him as well. In go the grenades. They want to challenge for this though. And matHEND is going to go down thanks to the mag 7. Lots of money there, but Fuks going to jump across, try to catch a player on quad in the back. Oh, nice turnaround, finds bondik. And it's actually only, I believe, Blade in the near vicinity to actually try to defend the A bomb site. There he is. And Fuks has actually secured it for his team, but there's the bomb. It's dropped into the smoke. Oh, wow, Blade. That is a beautiful anticipatory burst, because he can't lose anything by just shooting there. And the bomb just went down, and they're lacking any time, so that was cool by Blade.
So what can we say about that match, or game, excuse me?
Yeah, well, I started off by saying, in my opinion at least, firstly, on banana, they were always just playing on the sides passively, and for them to do that, and sometimes do that with 3 players, that requires reads. They got to have reads on Flipside to do that, because usually you would expect, okay, we have 3 players, we'll use that to go for trades or play aggressively. We kind of want the T's to be to push with maybe 1 or 2 players and think that, hey, maybe we can get some kills on some CTs here. But oh, okay, they got 3 players and they traded it more efficiently, and now we're in a bad position. Like that, these are the kind. That's how the metagame tends to be at the moment. But they're using it very passively, very reactively. Often they're giving up arch side. They were often stacking on quad. Stuff like this. They had a very inconsistent A hold, basically. And the way that they were using smokes as well, it just allowed for the terrace side, flip side to just push anywhere they wanted very easily. And they didn't have the strength of team play setups to get the good crossfires. They weren't really pop flashing one another. It's the right kind of timings to because usually you use the smokes to make it difficult towards around the 40-second mark for the T's to actually get some map control all the way up middle, all the way up banana. That's kind of why the smokes are important. Then what you tend to do is you try to understand the timings that a team plays. Like, for example, Na'Vi usually are a lot slower than other teams. So you want to get your pop flashes for information plays a lot later with Na'Vi than other teams, because if you do it quite late, they might be there holding their nades because they're ready to go for the push now, and you can get to see, okay, this pop flash actually gave me information. But if you use them too early, then basically there's all these elements that come into play that formulate kind of standard defenses on A for Inferno, and we didn't really see that from LDLC on B or A. So it feels like they got a lot of tightening up to do there. I feel like they were trying something new. It felt like, because we saw a lot of weird stacks towards quads.
But it's lots of. I think there's again, the match isn't over yet, but even on a last, Cobblestone is just a write-off, but Inferno, lots of things that can be adjusted, and there's lots of potential in this team, but they're not out of it yet. So we will be coming back with what could be the final map, but who knows? May go all the way to train. But again, guys, before we go, make sure you follow the channel. We are very close indeed to 500,000.
How close? It's close.
I don't know. Producer Reese will have to tell us. But we're pretty close, and yeah, lots of prizes to be won. So I guess we'll go to the break and then see you on the other half with cash, which we're expecting Flipside to win, maybe. We'll have to see.